Urgent America's team fan, look at what just happened. Nobody saw this coming, huh? But first, make sure to subscribe to the channel because we bring you daily videos with the latest your team news. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. Ex-Cowboys backup Cooper Rush heading to Ravens. Cooper Rush, the longtime backup to Dak Prescott with the Dallas Cowboys, has reached an agreement with the Baltimore Ravens. His agency, Equity Sports, announced the deal but didn't reveal any financial terms. ESPN reported, however, that Rush will sign a 2-year contract that includes $2 million in guaranteed money and has a maximum value of $2 million. Rush signed with the Cowboys as an undrafted free agent in 2017 out of Central Michigan. He spent the 2020 season on the practice squad of the New York Giants, then returned to the Cowboys the following season. The 31-year-old has appeared in 38 games with the Cowboys, starting 14 of them with a 95 record. 8 of those starts came last season when Prescott had a season-ending hamstring injury, and he was 44, completing 60. 7% of his passes for 1,144 yards with 12 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. In his career, Rush has 330 completions for 3,463 yards with 20 TDs and 10 interceptions. In Baltimore, Rush will assume the role as Lamar Jackson's backup from 38-year-old Josh Johnson. The Cowboys are now left to sign a backup for Prescott. Trey Lance, who was the third-string quarterback for Dallas last season, is a free agent. Pausing this news just to say that if you want YouTube to keep recommending the latest America's team news to you, it's very important that you leave a like on this video. Thanks. Now let's get back to the news. Should the Cowboys reunite with Chidobe Awuzie? Nearly a week has passed since Jordan Lewis signed with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Dallas Cowboys still don't have a suitable replacement. The team traded for Kaiir Elam from Buffalo, but former Cowboy Chidobe Awuzie could be the real solution. Awuzie, 29, was drafted by Dallas in 2017 and stuck with the team until 2021. His tenure with the Cowboys was solid, and he improved in Cincinnati. Last year, he made the switch to his third team, the Tennessee Titans, on a 3-year deal. Yesterday, the team cut him from that contract. The former Colorado Buffalo has seen his best days in the NFL, and considering he hasn't started more than 10 games since 2021, the end may be around the corner for him. That said, it's hard to argue that he isn't one of the better defensive backs available. With the Cowboys in desperate need of cornerback help and Awuzie in search of a chance to start, could a reunion between the two sides make sense? The case for why Awuzie to Dallas makes sense: Deron Bland, Elam, Kalen Carson, Andrew Booth Jr., and special teams ace C.J. Goodwin are the healthy bodies in the Cowboys cornerback room right now. While Bland has all-pro credentials, the guys behind him have virtually no NFL track record. Carson is a promising young option for Dallas, but he struggled to perform and stay healthy in his rookie season. Elam and Booth's first-round history has kept them in the league, but they have struggled mightily to live up to the hype. In short, cornerback is a mountain-sized need for the Cowboys right now. Trevon Diggs' health is in serious question, as was Bland's last year, and the team seems focused on addressing the offense early in the 2025 NFL Draft. Enter Awuzie, who is not far removed from a strong tenure with the Bengals and a $36M price. Tagged to sign with Tennessee. Yes, his 1 year there didn't pan out, but one could argue that it had more to do with younger corners on the roster emerging. When you combine the Cowboys' need at the position and Awuzie's familiarity with the team and starting-level ability, you have a strong match. The only question is what he might cost, as Dallas has avoided giving out significant contracts once again this offseason. If it's a 1-year deal, however, they might just be willing to stomach a higher cost. The case against why Dallas should. Avoid Awuzie. The NFL is a tough business. 1 minute you're on top, and the next, the ride is over. Unfortunately for Awuzie, it appears right now as if he's closer to the end. He will turn 30 this May, he has just been released, and he missed 10 games last season with a nagging groin injury. For a cornerback, those 3 things are a bad sign. Of what may be left in the tank, cornerback lifespans in the league tend to be shorter, and Dallas may see Awuzie's recent history and determine he isn't worth signing at this point. If you don't think a veteran can provide more than the young guys, you play the young guys. Additionally, he may cost more than what the Cowboys are willing to spend. Chidobe Awuzie was a big fish in the free agent market just 1 year ago, and a cornerback-needy team may be willing to pay him as such this time around, too. For this fit to make sense, it would likely have to be on a one-year, incentive-based contract. That may be where his market ends up, but his price could also be higher than that. If it is, and Awuzie demands a multi-year commitment, Dallas should turn its focus elsewhere to another veteran and at least one draft pick. Cowboys source reveals Longhorns QB Quinn Ewers. Intrigued not long ago, there were rumors that Quinn Ewers was considering coming back to college to lead his Texas Longhorns and rake in a little more NIL money in 2025. But now, after declaring for the NFL draft and competing at the scouting combine, he's betting on himself at the next level. And a Dallas Cowboys source tells Cowboys Country that America's team might want to bet on him as well. What does Ewers think of himself? I think I'm the best in the class and the most ready for the NFL because of what I've been through, Ewers said recently. What does the Cowboys scouting department think of Ewers? Intrigued is the word we get. With a clear hint from here inside the Star that Dallas has a high opinion of the prospect. Is Ewers above big names like Miami's Cam Ward and Colorado's Shedeur Sanders, who are both projected as top 10 picks in this year's NFL draft? Ewers thinks so. I think I'm the most ready for the situations that occur in the NFL, injuries, playing through injuries, having a big name behind you, continuing to play through that amount of pressure, continuing to be confident after being benched, he said. It's hard to do. He does have a point there. Aside from his on-field ability, Ewers has had a roller coaster of a college career that some might suggest is likely to impress scouts and Dallas owner Jerry Jones in any interview. A one-time top high school recruit from DFW area Southlake High School, the 6'2", 205-pound Ewers began his collegiate career with just 2 snaps in his freshman year at Ohio State. Then, after transferring back to the school he was originally committed to, he leads the Texas Longhorns to 2 college football playoff semifinal appearances in 3 years as the starter. All while surfing waves of unwarranted hate, even after rising up the Texas record books and bringing the Longhorns back to national supremacy, his critics were rampant. He has faced every label imaginable: injury-prone, immobile, poor decision-maker, but has continued to pursue his NFL dreams. Now that he is about to hear his name called, he is pitching his confidence to anyone who will listen. I just wanted to give them an idea of who I am, Ewers said about his combine meetings, because I'm sure they hear a lot of different things about me, and most of it's hearsay or just not true. Despite any of the off-the-field opinions thrown around, Ewers is as intriguing, that word again, a prospect as any. He displays NFL-ready arm talent and a solid resume of high-level experience. Not to mention, he played through injury most of last season for Longhorns. He threw for 3,172 yards and 31 touchdowns for Texas in 2024, and finished his career third in career passing yards among a crop of legendary Longhorn quarterbacks. Another Frisco connection. The San Antonio-born Ewers is working with former Dallas Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy, as Big Mike is lending a hand to help Ewers as he prepares for this NFL draft. Oh, and one more, a source tells Cowboys Country that Ewers is tight with former Longhorns receiver Paxton Anderson, Jerry's grandson, and Charlotte's son. So there is personal insight here, maybe not unlikely. Anderson's pitchin' when Dallas drafted another of his Texas pals, linebacker DeMarvion Overshone. The Cowboys are on record as wishing to select a developmental QB this year. That means they don't pull the trigger with the No. 12 overall pick. Do they have to use pick No. 44 in round 2 to get this done? Ewers met with multiple teams at the combine to give his pitch for why he is the best signal caller in the draft. Now it's time to see which NFL franchise believes in him as much as he does, and we are gathering that the Dallas Cowboys might be atop that list. And now, America's team fan, I want to hear from you. What's your opinion on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I don't know if you know this, but your opinion matters a lot for your team. He'll be back any moment with more America's team news. How about them Cowboys?